I think returning back to school after quarantine and lockdown was incredibly difficult. We had been closed in with infants, but it was important to me to keep my kids engaged. I work full-time, my husband works full-time. It was much more practical for us to have my daughter back here. And you hand your little baby off to Betty, who's, I know her face, but I think of other parents that this is the first time they've had this interaction and just, this moment of knowing they're doing everything in their control to keep my children safe. And another really crucial one for my older son is we did keep him here for kindergarten. Miss Katie called me and said, Jack is excelling, but I want you to keep an eye out on his reading. And they identified that my son has a learning disability. And then also, Joyce, everybody worked with the town, the county to figure out how do we get him tested and classified so that he can be successful in first grade. And he was able to enter into first grade with an IEP and he's excelling. And that's because of the foundation here, the educational background he got. One of the most special days we had here was kindergarten graduation. Miss Ruby went above and beyond. It was the first activity in post-COVID that we were able to really do something. And luckily it was a warm day and we were outside. It's just so sweet watching how proud these kids are of what they've accomplished. And then, just the amazement and awe that these teachers keep these kids engaged and learning with these crazy personalities. We should take a moment and recognize how unique it is to have people of this tenure at an organization. And the fact that many of these wonderful educators probably might have retired a few years earlier if they weren't so involved and committed to making sure that the Learning Circle succeeded through probably one of the most difficult times in early childhood education ever. Miss Lois brings a light to this room. Betty can rock a baby and make a mother who literally trusts no one, give them their baby and go home and be okay. Margaret potty trained my 2-year-old. And then Joyce quietly and without much fanfare keeps this organization running and shepherds it for the next generation. There is a level of professionalism and sacrifice that I think few people really appreciate, but it is amazing what the people here have done.